let's go ahead and bring in the man responsible for the Excellent 25 rankings. That is our national basketball editor, Jason Hickman. He is joining us via Skype today. There you are, Jason. How are you?
Doing wonderful. So glad to be here once again. Sorry that our time is winding down this season, but anxious to put in a good effort today.
Okay, Jason, if I had a phone a friend option here on the show or just in life, I would have you be that person I would call. And let's show them right now why in 3 in the Key with Jason Hickman. And we call it 3 in the Key because we get to ask you 3 questions that really make you think, or since you already know everything about high school sports, they probably don't make you think that hard, but we like to think they do. And to start off with question number 1, in your opinion, what is the best remaining state playoff matchup?
Well, the options are dwindling a little bit, Chris. As you know, we've only got about 12 states still in state playoff action. But let's go out to Illinois, the Class 4A state playoffs there this Friday night, state semifinals. National number 13, Whitney Young from Chicago, will be taking on number 18, Stevenson from Lincolnshire. Whitney Young comes in at 27-5. Stevenson comes in at 31-1. The Dolphins from Whitney Young are the little bit more nationally known quantity or entity, I should say, in this matchup. But Stevenson reached the 4A state title game a year ago, played Simeon and Jabari Parker very tough before falling. What a thrill for fans in Illinois who have been treated to really a series of big-time, high-profile showdowns, and this one fits that bill as well. The winner will be the heavy favorite to go on and win the 4A state title.
Those are some big-time matchups, and now I want to know, as a spectator, what are some of the big-time venues? So what, in your opinion, Jason, is the best state championship venue?
I love this question, Megan. You know, there's a lot of good ones out there. I'm envious of the kids in Indiana who get to play their state championship game at Bankers Life Fieldhouse in Indianapolis, home of the Pacers. The Frank Irwin Center in Austin, Texas is another good one, home of the Texas Longhorns. But if I had to choose one to play a state championship game in, I'll go out to North Carolina in the Dean E. Smith Center in Chapel Hill, home of the North Carolina Tar Heels. You step onto that floor, see the Carolina blue, and you know that you're in for a special game, a special treat, having the opportunity to look up in the rafters at those retired jerseys, including that of the legendary Michael Jordan. I can't think of a better place to play a state championship game than the Dean Dome.
The Dean Dome, that would be impressive to be able to walk in there. A little probably more impressive than the Sleep Train Arena, I'd say. But question number 3, and it is, who has had the best individual state championship game performance thus far?
Well, let's go out to Minnesota for this one. I know Xavier Musketeer fans are disappointed with their NCAA tournament loss last night to North Carolina State, but they have a lot to look forward to. And a young man by the name of J.P. Macura, who over the weekend piled up 43 points in the Class 4A state championship game, an 84-82 win over perennial powerhouse Hopkins. Macura is part of the top 247 class of 2014 rankings and one of the lethal shooters in the senior class nationally. 24 points in the second half, coming through when his team needed him the most in the state championship game. The ironic thing about that, Hopkins knew all about this guy. He had 48 points when the two teams met back in December.
Always the best info with Jason.
Always.
Jason, we love hearing from you, and we also know that you love to hear from our viewers of the show. If they want to ask you some questions, what's the best way for them to get a hold of you?
Yeah, find me on Twitter at Jason_Hickman. Would love to hear from our fans and engage in some banter.